rotation issue there. All right, so welcome again. Welcome to the Skill Up Show, everyone. This is Monday afternoon, 1 p.m. the time where we come here and talk about parenting issues and how it affects us as children, as parents of young children and of preteens. All right, so today we are looking at how you can supercharge your child, right, to help them boost their confidence, right, so that they can have a good self-esteem. How can you supercharge your child's confidence, basically, so that you can raise children who have a good self-esteem? All right, if we nurture the dreams of children in the world, we will be blessed, okay? Children in the world will be blessed if we can nurture their dreams. However, if we fail to nurture these dreams and instead we destroy the dreams, what we will have in the world is the world will be doomed. All right, so this is a saying by Wes Stafford. How are you nurturing the dreams of your child? How are you nurturing that child that you have? What are you doing to ensure that you are a parent who is nurturing the dreams of your children and not destroying their dreams? Because we already know that if we're not nurturing their dreams, then we are going to create a world that is doomed. Yes, we're going to create a problem for the world. Each of us as a parent is called to raise children that will be a blessing to the world and not the other way around. If you are here with me, if you have joined me on this live stream, don't just be in the background. Let me see you in the comment section. Let me know that you can see me, that you can hear me, and tell me where you are joining us from. If you're on Facebook and you have a friend who has a toddler, or a friend who has a preteen especially, why don't you go ahead and invite them right now? Because what we share here, what we're talking about here, will be relevant to them. If you are on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and share a link with a friend so that they can be a part of what we do here? All right, so we said that if we can nurture the dreams of our children, then we will be empowering them basically, and we will be blessing the world, because our children will be a blessing to the world. But if we are not nurturing their dreams, we are going to be creating a doomed world and all that. Now, the thing is, while we're talking about nurturing their dreams and all of that, how about the child who doesn't even know how to dream? How about the child who doesn't even have a dream? How about the child who has not been raised to see the world bigger, or to see the world, or to have dreams that are not, that are beyond what they know or what they have seen? Because the truth about it is, the extent of our dream is dependent on what we know or our experiences, isn't it? Okay, what experiences are you creating for your child that will help your child begin to create big dreams? All right, so if we are not creating experiences, if our children do not have experiences, if we are not giving them permission to dream, if we are not empowering them to see a big world, all right? We're not empowering them to see a big world. We're not empowering them or giving them permission to dream beyond small things, to dream beyond mediocrity. Then what world, anyway, are you still giving that kind of a child? So the extent to which a person can dream, I said, is limited to the nature of their experiences. Yes. So the extent to which your child can dream is going to be limited to the nature of the experiences that your children have got. So the child in my small village who has not seen anything beyond what he has in that space will probably not be able to dream. I mean, he doesn't have a view. How far can his vision go? Like, really, how far can the vision of this kind of person go when the person cannot even envisage, cannot even see, cannot visualize anything beyond what he knows or the experiences that he's had? So as a parent, what can you do to position your children to begin to have big dreams, right? What can we do to position them to visualize beyond what they know, what they see, what they have right now? How can we make sure that their vision is broad and their vision can go far and beyond? What experiences are you creating today? What are you introducing to your child as the world? What does your child see as the world? It is said that our children are going to see the world through our eyes. Our children are going to see the world through our mindset. Our children are going to see the world through our philosophies and our ideologies. Our children are going to see the world through the experiences that we can create for them. Our children are going to see the world through the extent to which we are ready as parents to help them see. Basically, what are you helping your child see? What extent are you stretching their imagination? How can you stretch that imagination? How can you do all of these to ensure that you are raising a child who is confident? Okay, a child who is confident, a child who can be positively can build a positive self-esteem. It is said that, when children are confident, when a child is confident, this will affect every other area of the child's development. Yes. So when you raise a child who is confident, that child can take that confidence and it will show in the way that the child carries themselves. It will show in the way that the child sees themselves as a leader. It will show in their leadership quality. Okay. The extent of your child's confidence, the extent to which your child's self-esteem is, okay, how positive or how huge their self-esteem is, will show. It will show in every aspect of your child's life. Whether we're talking about leadership, whether we're talking about the kind of dreams that your child can set, whether we're talking about the kind of innovation and invention that your child thinks of itself as capable of creating, okay? Whether you're talking about how creative your child sees himself or their self-worth, how much they believe in themselves and in their ability. All of this is going to come from how confident your child is. How impactful your child becomes is going to come from how confident your child is about themselves and about their abilities, basically. Are you still one of those people that are stuck, right? Are you still stuck as a parent in that place where you measure your child's self-esteem, you measure your child's confidence level, you measure your child's outlook of the world from the extent in which they are doing in math, English, physics, and chemistry? Dear parents, do you know that you can actually raise an intelligent child that is foolish? Do you know that? Do you know that you can actually raise an intelligent child who doesn't have an idea of what is possible out there in the world? Do you know that you can raise an intelligent child who is actually not able to create, or to visualize big dreams? Yes, you can raise an intelligent child who all he has or all he can do is sit down there and cram somehow, okay, and then become intelligent in the eyes of, in your eyes and in the eyes of the people who do not look beyond, okay, just being intelligent. So yes, you can raise an intelligent child who is actually foolish. So what should your goal be? Hi, AB, how are you doing? The words are hard to pick out. Oh, okay, are you serious? So that means there's a network issue. You are, oh, wow. Why am I breaking? Okay, I'm not enjoying this. Hi, ma'am, you're breaking. Wow. So what can we do now? Is it the same thing on Facebook? Are you watching me on Facebook? Am I breaking on Facebook? Why do I have these network issues, especially when we are having this show? I don't have it during the evenings and all of that. Is it still the same thing, AB? Can you still see me? Am I still breaking? Wow. Should I talk slowly? Is it me? I think it's the network. I don't think it's me. Please, if you're watching me on Facebook, can you let me know if you can hear me clearly and you can see me? Is it like my device is too far from me? Can I get that closer? Please let me know if you can hear me better now. Where is my speaker? Wow. The words are... all right, please, I would need your feedback. If you're on YouTube, I got that feedback from YouTube. If you're there on YouTube, can you let me know if you can hear me now? On Facebook, the same thing. Let me know if you can hear me. I can see from your facial expression that you are trying to work on the network. Yes. Can you hear me at all? Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Or I'm breaking so badly that you can't? Oh, wow. Wow, wow. What do we do? Do we log out and log in again? All right, let me see if I can do. I hope that won't mean that the link will completely have to change. All right, so I'm sorry right now if you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, we are having a bit of a challenge. Those who are joined us on YouTube can't seem to hear us. They are saying that I'm breaking. Is it the same thing on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, please can you give me feedback? Am I breaking? Can you hear me? It's only breaking on YouTube. Oh, so Facebook is better. So what can the issue be then? Is over. Okay, so AB, let me do this. Let me try to. So is it extra? Is it good now? Whether it's the way I positioned the device, is it better now? Just let me know. Maybe just say yes, and I'll know that it's better. Oh, I can go to Facebook then. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you can go to Facebook. So, it means that the YouTube is not even forthcoming at all. Oh, I was hoping you were saying, great, YouTube is okay. Okay, what could this be? I'm just trying to figure out why this is and what this could be. Okay, so if you, Facebook is on the Facebook group. If you're on the Facebook group, Christabel, just up or share. And just share in that YouTube comments in case she is not on Facebook. I don't know what this is, and I wish I could. I don't know. It's StreamYard. I'm not sure what the issue is. But if you can hear me on YouTube, if it's any better, just let me know that it's better. So we'll just go on since Facebook is better. So at least we are not, we don't have people just wondering why we're dragging and we're going on and on when they can see us, right? All right, so sorry about that. So sorry about that. So let's go on so we can share from Facebook if YouTube doesn't come round eventually. All right, so I was saying, oh my goodness, I wish. Okay, I will send the link to to Facebook now. I'm wondering, because I'm using a new device, I hope it has nothing to do with the device or how it is positioned or anything like that, right? Because it's the same network we are using on both devices. All right, so we'll just go on and I will be able to access this later on YouTube on my own. All right, so we were talking about, yes, sorry about all of this. All right, so we were talking about how we can raise children who are super confident, of course, so that we can boost their self-esteem, because we have agreed that as far as a child is confident and they have a good self-esteem, then the child would develop, the child would do well in every area of development. Yes, the child will do well in every area of their life the moment they have their confidence in the right place and they have a good sense of who they are. They have a good self-esteem, basically. So a child that is confident, a child who's got a good dose of self-esteem, is going to do well as a leader. Is going to do well even as an inventor or someone who is creating innovations, or that is innovating or is an inventor, because it's your confidence that drives things like this. The fact that you are confident in your ability, the fact that you see yourself as a champion, the fact that you see yourself as someone who has greatness in them, the fact that even when you fail, you do not pull yourself down and you do not think that you are useless just because you have failed at a particular thing. Hi Chidima, how are you doing? Hi Udo, are you here? Hey Nefisa, are you here? All right, so the fact that you see yourself every time you make mistakes or you fall, you can still see yourself as someone that can pick themselves up and continue to move. That comes from a place of confidence. It comes from a place of a rich self-esteem when you know that your mistakes are not you. You are bigger than your mistakes. And it comes from a lot of work. Before you get children who are this way, children who are confident in their ability, confident in who they are, children who are confident in their skin, basically, that are self-aware, and they know that they are not their mistakes. They know that they can make 1,000 mistakes, but they can still try again. How do you think we have the Albert Einsteins and Thomas Edison and all of them? I mean, all of these people who who had all of these great inventions, right, that we have innovated over the years. How did you think that the world came this far? It was because we had people who were confident, people who had a good sense of who they are and what they are capable of. And so when they were doing all of those trials, they were making mistakes, they were failing, they did not cower. They kept on going because they knew that there was something within them, okay, and they knew that it was a matter of time. The greatness that they have within was enough, right, to see the result or to actualize the dreams or the visions that they could see. So if your child has not been given experiences, if your child has not been exposed to tools and the things that will help them create these big visions, please tell me, how are these children going to come to a space where they can visualize? How are they going to come to a space where they can see beyond the mediocre dreams, where they can see beyond the small dreams? How can they have those big dreams? Some of us want to believe that our children, I travel with them abroad, or they live abroad and all of that, because they see all of these things around them. Then yes, they have all of the experiences that they need. Do you know that there is one thing about seeing and there is another thing about believing? Okay, it is in the knowledge of how these people actualized these big dreams. It is in the knowledge of how these people worked towards these big dreams. It is in the knowledge of the challenges that these people went through. It is in the interest in the life of these people, in the interest, okay, in these big things that you see. That is where children begin to sow their own seeds and their seeds begin to grow. So you can have a child who has all of the greatness all around them, but because you have not pointed the child to trying to get answers, you have not pointed the child to get into the point where they can understand, or where they even are interested in understanding how all of these things became. Because you have not raised children, or you are not raising children who are interested in the becoming journey, then you will still have children who will have all the awesomeness around them, and yet they are not able to create a vision that is bigger than the mediocre level, to the extent that they can begin to dream big. Okay, we said at the beginning that if we nurture the dreams of our children, the world will be blessed. But if we choose not to nurture the dreams of our children, then the world is doomed. Dear parents, are you nurturing the dreams of your children? I asked that question earlier on, and I'm asking it again. Do your children even have dreams? Do they know how to dream? Do they understand the power of dream? Have they been equipped to think of dreams as something that is possible? Have they been equipped to think of dreams as something that can come to pass? Have they become equipped to think of dreams as something that they can actually, that can happen in their own lives? Or do they look at these things as things that are for other people? It's for those who have gone ahead of us. It's for those that have gone ahead of us. It's not. Is your child in that space where he thinks the world, the wonders of the world are over? There is nothing else that I can contribute to this world. There is nothing. Your child doesn't see himself as someone that will leave something that the world will remember them for. If you are not raising your children, if you're raising your children that way, then parents, there is work. There is a lot of work to be done. I asked earlier on also, I said, are you that parent that is still, all right. So are you that parent that is raising children? Sorry about this. it has happened around here. So let's do this. Okay, so are you that parent that is still raising people and that you think that the fact that your child is intelligent and is doing well in school, then that makes them people who are able or capable of big dreams? You can have children who are doing excellently well as far as grades go. We can even have children who are doing excellently well as far as their beliefs, okay, or as their faith goes, and yet you are still raising children who do not have wisdom, who are not wise. You are still raising children who are foolish. So dear parents, we need to understand this thing so that we know how to build the kind of children that will thrive, how to raise the kind of children that will do well in every area of their life, how to raise the kind of children that will excel, all right, all around, how to raise children who are confident and we can help them build a self-esteem that will help them thrive wherever they find themselves. All right, so sorry, I'm having network issues here. I'll try and come back, put my camera back on Facebook, okay, on YouTube and all of that. So I used to thinking that all your child needs is to be seen as intelligent and obedient. Dear parents, raise wise children. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's raise wise children. Let's raise confident children. Let's raise children with a powerful self-esteem. Let's raise children who will thrive wherever they find themselves. Let's raise children who know who they are. Now, how can we expose our children to new experiences? Because we said that the extent of your child's dream is proportionate to the extent of what they think is possible, right? So what your child thinks is possible is how far your child will dream. So if your child does not see these things as possibilities, then they are unable to dream it. So how can you extend, or how can you raise children who can dream wide and far? All right. Now, one of the ways you can do this is raise children who are ready to explore. Make your children so curious that all they think, most of what they think about is how to explore everything that is in front of them. So it doesn't matter what area it is. It doesn't matter what area it is. It doesn't matter, what subject or topic your children, is put before your child, whether it's politics or it's, sorry, 1 second. Ruth. All right. So it doesn't matter whether it's politics, whether it's, academics, whatever it is, your child's mind is so curious that at every point your child wants to understand what is happening around them. So when you can raise a child with an explorative mind, when you can raise a child with a mind that is curious, when you can raise a child with a mind that is curious, then you are ready, or you are raising a child who is going to be able to see big. Because the more curious you are, the more ready you are to explore, the more you will find. A lot of times what we do as parents is we kill our children's geniuses. Okay, we destroy their geniuses, we destroy their ability to create, we destroy their ability to explore. Okay, we kill their curiosity in the early years of their lives because we don't give them the opportunity to actually go ahead and explore. Okay, because we are too conscious about safety, or we're too conscious about the fact that they are young and it is not time. But dear parents, there is no perfect time. The journey, your child's journey, every day of their life is a part of their journey. Every single day of their life is a part of their journey. All right, so number one, we said we need to expose our children to new experiences. Yes. So if you want your children to see big, you want your children to dream big, you want your children to be confident, it is in the knowledge that they have. It is in the things that they conquer. It is in the things that they win at. It is in the things that they discover. It is in the things that they create. It is in how they build that they become confident. Yes, it is in how they build that they become confident. I shared a video in the group, okay? I shared a video on my timeline and in the group of a little girl that was trying to fill a glass with some juice, some kind of drink, blackcurrant or something like that. So you could see that little girl that is probably somewhere around between 1 and 3. right? More than one, probably between 2 and 3, most likely. You could see the child struggling to actually have her drink in the cup, right? She was struggling, and the first time she poured, all of it spilled out. I mean, all of it, none of it got into the cup, basically. And you could see her make that face of, oh my goodness, that face that we make when we feel that we have just failed. But she dropped the bottle, after that. I actually watched that video, I took that video in. She poured it and, she missed. She completely missed, and then she dropped the bottle, adjusted her cup, like she moved the cup, and then picked her bottle and tried again. Okay, she tried this time, and just a little bit of it, got into the cup. And then she adjusted herself a little, and then she poured again. And this time, 90% of it got into the cup. She turned, and you could see the smile. I mean, you could see the laughter of victory. Like, she turned to probably the person that was making the video, and she was like, like she was truly, that was victory. And it's the same thing. I tell you, the next time that child needs a drink, there is no how she's going to let anybody else do it for her. It's not going to happen. She is one at this. She did it and she succeeded. There is no way she's going to allow any other person do it for her. So what you find out in your toddlers is that, when they've won like this at something, okay, a time will now come, you as a parent, you're probably in a hurry, you really want to go, you have something, somewhere you have to go, and the child is insisting on pouring the drink, and you are just upset. I mean, you're in a hurry, and you just wish the child would just let you pour the drink for her. You're not even open for mistakes and spillage and all of that. You don't want anybody spilling anything for you to have to clean, because at the back of your mind is, a clean place, and all of that. So the next time you're trying to pour a drink for that child, the child will insist on doing it because the child is confident. The child knows that she can do it now. She knows that she can do it. She has done it. It's like the child is practically saying to you, I got this. I've done this before. I've won at this. I'm a pro at this. This is how children work. The child is trying to say to you, I'm a pro at this. I've done this before. I've won at this. Can you let me please? And all of that. But then again, because we don't understand as parents a lot of times, okay, because we don't understand what's going on right there, the extent of development that's going on there, and the extent of confidence and self-esteem that the child needs to explore this, that the child needs to do this to gain. So what do? We shout at the child. We hit the child. We just see the child as being stubborn at this time. We see the child as not being obedient at this point, okay, and so we take away their ability to explore. And so when this is what the child gets over and over again, the child gets to a point where the child doesn't even bother trying, because hey, what will come with trying is it's not pleasant, basically, what will come. And then because the child cannot even predict you, sometimes you allow them, sometimes you don't allow them, they get to a point and they just relax. And then after a while, they now realize how easy life is when you don't even have to try yourself, when Auntie Maggie has to do it for you. So by the time they become preteens, they've already, gotten into that comfortable space where they don't even want to try again. They've realized it's actually easier to just lie down and do nothing, and everyone gets to do it for you. So dear parents, it is right there. It is right there in the trial. So expose your children to books. Yes. Are you exposing your children to books? You know how a book can take you to places that you have never been. The experiences in a book can create in your mind, can help you create a whole city in your mind. Yes, that experience from reading a book, you are reading the book, you're reading every tiny detail about that thing. While you are reading it, you are creating images in your head of that thing. And this is what happens to your child as they are reading, because at this phase of their life, all of their sensory motors, every part of their senses is alert. So as your child is reading, your child is building all of this. Their senses are being built, and they are creating images of these things, okay, these things that they are reading, they are creating the images of it in their head. All right. And if these are things that exist in their environment, you will realize that the child begins to look for tangibility by trying to recreate what they have seen, what they have read in that book. They try to create it in reality. So that's why you see sometimes you have read a bedtime story to your child, to your toddler, and the next thing, your toddler has the opportunity to see these things, some of the things that you've read in that story, and you see them trying to recreate the story. Okay, that's why we advise parents to do a lot of role play. Okay, don't just read and review what you have read with your children. So for your toddlers, a good way of reviewing what you have read is to recreate it through role playing. Okay, what you've read in the book. Amazing way to create tangibility or authenticity, okay, in your child's learning. So yes, the power of book is one of the biggest way to teach your children or to help your children begin to build and create dreams. To create big dreams, in their head. All right. Now, this is part of why we create the kind of books that we create. Have you ordered my new books? All right. So recently we worked on 4 different books, all right, all of them storybooks for children. Storybooks for children that will help children create big dreams in their head, that will help children imagine things, that will help children get on into activities that will help them build and create and begin to build their confidence. Yes, I said it before. When children are able to build things, they are able to create things. This is how they build confidence, and this is how their self-esteem becomes bigger and bigger. All right, so our stories that we have created are stories that your children will read, and when your children read the stories, your children are able to create experiences for themselves. As they create these experiences, they will see their creation, they will see what they've been able to do, and this will help them boost their confidence. And of course, this becomes a reason why your child has a good self-esteem. When your child has built a good self-esteem, and that's the thing about self-esteem, when a child is able to build a good self-esteem from a tender age, from when they are young, as they grow older, they don't lose it. That's the thing with self-esteem. So if your child has a good sense of who they are, they have a good self-esteem by the time they are 6 and they are 8 and they are 10, chances are your child is going to go about, with that size of self-esteem for the rest of their lives. Yes. So it's the other way that is even more difficult. When you've raised the child with poor self-esteem and the child is now a preteen, the child is a teenager. Now what you see is the child is going to keep trying to prove themselves. The child is going to keep trying to build on, that damaged esteem and all of that. So these are the ones who struggle more. So the best time to build your child's self-esteem, sense of self, all of that is as early as possible. And one of the ways to do it is to get your children to explore. They can explore, their environment. They can explore the things around them, the things that they learn, the things that they see. They can try to figure out more about these things. Try to, explore and find more about these things. In doing that, they are creating, they are building. And then another way is that they are reading books that will spur them to create, spur them to imagine. Yes, spur them to imagine things, create things, see big pictures, create big visions in their minds, and then see the things that are possible, see possibilities through the books. Journey with these books to places where these books are describing, and your children are able to build themselves to be people who are confident. All right, very, very key. The second one is personal improvement, self-improvement. If you're raising children who can improve themselves, raising children who can go on their own journey of self-improvement. What that does for your child is your child is able to see beyond their mistakes. Yes. So when you raise a child who is constantly improving themselves, you will realize that this kind of children would fail and they will win. Okay. So when you're constantly improving yourself, you understand how to fail and you understand how to win. So this kind of children, when they fail, they are able to stand up and continue going because they understand that they are not their failure, and their failure do not define who they are. So when you put your children in systems, okay, that's a good way to help them improve themselves. Put themselves in systems that hold them accountable, systems that encourage them, systems that seeks to motivate them, systems that seek to train them on the possibilities in life, and the possibilities in life and how to navigate life, basically. So when your child is on a journey of self-improvement, then your child is able to see the things that are possible. Your child is able to dream the things that are possible, because a lot of times your child is being mentored, a lot of times your child is being trained, your child is being coached, your child is usually inspired, and of course you put your child in that space where the child becomes interested in the lives of people that have gone ahead of them, and they are willing to understudy these people. They are willing to understudy systems. They are willing to understudy process. So the child now understands process. The child understands the value of things. The child understands the value of people. The child understands that everything in life is a process and is a journey. But if you are not raising children who are developing themselves and are not being, children who are not improving themselves, then you probably will be raising children who think that all that there is playing video game, going to school, having good grades, coming home, eat food, wear nice clothes, and all of that. Your children are not able to think beyond a level, because personal development or self-improvement is not a thing. All right? And this is what we provide in the Mastermind Circle. The Mastermind Circle is our peer mentorship and accountability group. If your child is not in the Mastermind, I don't even know where my Mastermind parents. You should show up in this show. In fact, I should come back to you guys and ask you plenty questions, Seth. All right. So if you don't have a child in the Mastermind, man, I don't know what you're doing. Okay. If you don't have a child in the Mastermind Circle, yes, I do not know what you're doing, because there's so much on the table that you're leaving there. See, we are raising exceptional children. That's all I will say to you, for free. As in, take it to the bank. Meet me anywhere, meet anybody who is in the circle, especially in this cohort where we have turned everything 360 degrees around. Okay, meet anybody and they will tell you if your child is not in this circle. So someone said that she thinks that the Mastermind is one of the biggest kept secrets. So, and they said to me, Coach, people need to know more of what happens right here in the Mastermind. They need to know that there is so much that is happening here. But we just go about it in a subtle way. We're doing our thing, and all of that. And someone asked me, she said, Coach, are you sure you're not just afraid of numbers? Like, if we are more than this, you feel we will just overwhelm you. Are you sure that's not why you're just doing so much here and going jeje about it? But I say to parents every time, so the Mastermind is that place where when the children come in, our goal is to help the children understand the why, okay, and why they are in that journey. So the best for us, our children, when they come in, okay, the best thing for us, or our biggest goal, is that the children come in and they want this more than their parents want it. So they are willing people. They are people who are going on a journey willingly. And it's amazing how we turn even 6-year-olds. We turn 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds to people who are doing this journey willingly a few weeks after they get in. So that's the goal. It's what you call a real child-led system, basically. The Mastermind is fully child-led. All right. So when you come into the Mastermind, you will understand, because we have so many policies in the Mastermind that will just make you wonder, are you going to achieve anything with this kind of policy? But I promise you, we achieve so much, zero shaming, yet we're achieving so much. All right. It's just a lot that goes on in the circle. All right, so you need to put your children in that space where they are developing themselves personally. Okay, effective communication. As a parent, if you're not communicating with your children, if you are not having a rich way to communicate with your children, then you may not be able to raise children who are confident. Okay, you should get to the point as a parent where you love your children unconditionally. All right, and your children know that they are loved unconditionally, such that It doesn't matter how well they are doing per time. It doesn't matter what challenges they are having per time. It doesn't matter what they are winning at per time. Because you love them unconditionally, you are there with them, walking that journey with them, being with them, and helping them understand that their confidence is built with every day of showing up, every day of being consistent. Okay, when you understand this, the confidence is built over time. It's built from you being present. It's built from the child learning how to be present, how to show up. Confidence is built from you loving the child in their failures and even when they are winning. As you do that, the child's confidence is built. Okay? As you stay there on the journey with the child, that's the good thing. When children begin to practice more, there are no two ways about it. When children begin to apply themselves more, they practice more, they make more efforts, then they begin to win. As they win, you will see that confidence begin to build, because confidence comes from winning. When you have done something, you have won at it, there is nothing anybody can say to you to make you feel like you're a failure at that thing again, because hey, you have won at it. I won at this thing. How can you come and tell me that I'm a failure at something that I won at, something that I saw myself win in? So you see, now you don't need anybody to toot your horn. You don't need anybody to clap for you. You don't need anybody to need anybody to raise your hand and call you winner for you to know that you win. See, if you go to a stadium, okay, just remember what it was like during COVID, right? Remember what it was like during the pandemic, and how when the Premiership and Championship and all of that, and football now I'm talking, when all of these sports, not just football, all of the sports, remember when they went back to playing and they didn't have the fans, in the stadium. At the time, they had not started having fans come to the stadium and all of that. Were still being isolated to an extent and all of that. Now, did it stop? Yeah, yes, there wasn't the ginger, people screaming and shouting, when they scored the goal. But it didn't stop them from it didn't stop them from winning, and it did not make them feel like less winners. Okay, those who won, that year, those who won probably the Premiership or the Champions League, it did not go down the record that it was a poor win, or it's not like they did not think of themselves as winners just because nobody was in. They didn't have people in those stands at the stadium, cheering them on. So yes, there is something about winning. Whether you have people who are cheering you on, you just know when you win that you are a winner, and no one can take the confidence of that win away from you. Whether you have cheerleaders or you don't have cheerleaders. Do you understand? So even if, so let's look at it. Let's, look at the other way side of it. Imagine that these players came to the stadium, and you have a full stadium, and they were like, oh, their opponents did not come, so just walk around the stadium 2 times and then come. You have become winners. Now, because their opponents did not show up and they are giving the trophy, they will probably dance around with that trophy, but I promise you, the confidence that comes with winning, these players will not have that confidence that comes with winning, because they know that they really didn't win. You will not even see them celebrate as much, when the win is just passed their way because the other person did not show up. They will not celebrate as much, as when it is that you've done the work and you have won the winning. Something like that. So yes, you have to so basically your children need to when we communicate, I was talking about communication. When we communicate with our children, we have a standard way of communication. We hear them, we see them, we praise them, we encourage them, we're with them through it, whether they are winning or they are losing. There's just a constant line of communication that is there, and our children can be sure that they can reach us through that line of communication, and then they can bring anything back to you, irrespective of how much they are winning at the time or how much they are struggling at the time. This is how you build their confidence, staying right there with them, communicating with them, and helping them through their journey towards becoming the winners that they are. Number 4, you have to model confidence yourself. As a parent, you have to model confidence. If you are timid parents, if you're a parent that is constantly second guessing yourself, you're a parent that is always talking down, on themselves, talking down, about yourself, then you won't be able to raise a confident child, because hey, there is no model of confidence for this child. Chances are you will raise a child that will second guess themselves, so that even when they are winning, they still keep thinking that they are not worthy of the win, and they keep thinking that their wins are just luck, and it's not because there is anything that is special about them. So when you go about as a parent calling your children, I too know, making their wins look as if is nothing. Okay, there are some parents that do not even know how to praise their children. Like, the children really win and you want to trivialize it just because they failed too many times. All right, you want to actually give reasons why your children won. Oh, okay, is it not because this person left your class? Okay. So what you're doing, you are destroying that child. Oh, okay, you got it. How about this person? Oh, he's left the square hand. Now that explains it. You did that to your child. You just messed that child. You just messed their confidence big time. All right. So parents, you need to be there cheering them on. Okay, unconditionally loving them, irrespective of what the situation is or whatever. What do they call it? Irrespective of all of that. So I said you love your children unconditionally. That's number 5. Number 6, you need to raise children who can problem solve. Yes, children who are resilient and can solve problems. And if you want to do this, then you want to put the children in that space as early as possible where they can explore. Yes, so it means that right from when your child is 0, you begin to allow the child try. You begin to allow the child figure out the things in their environment. So you are that parent who would actually put resources and put things out there that invite your child to play and to figure out the things in their environment. Okay, so we have a course that is coming up soon. All right, we have some people who have enrolled for that course already. I don't think we've been marketing that course enough. I think we should look at that course again. All right, so we have a course that is coming up where for parents who want to empower their toddlers. You want to raise toddlers that will excel. You want to raise toddlers that will do so well, excellently, even right from when they are little children of 3 and 4 and 5. You want to understand your toddlers. You want to know how to support them to excel right from that age. Then you need to enroll for this course. I think it's just $499, so it's $4,999, and it's coming up in the next 2 weeks. In that course, okay, we're going to equip you, okay? We're going to equip you in a way that you can raise children who can problem solve and children who are resilient. We want to help you empower your children from an early age, so that you know what to do with your children right from when they are little. So you are not the one that is disempowering them. You're not the one that is stopping them from being people who are exploring, okay, and exploiting their curiosity. So if you want to raise children who can problem solve, children who can be resilient, then you have to be a parent who understands that right from when your children are 0, they were created to explore their environment. They were created to develop their brains through their interactions with their environment. So the moment you allow them interact with this environment, the brain begins to develop, and this becomes a pattern for your child. Your child is constantly trying to solve the problems in their environment. Your child is constantly trying to build and create things in their environment. Because they have that spirit to stay on, they like to see the end of things. They know how to begin a task and to finish the task. What is that? Resilience, right? That is how resilience is born, okay, from children who are allowed to explore, stay on there until they solve the problems that is before them. That way you begin to build resilience. Now, how do you do this? How do you create stimulation in your environment? How do you set up your environment, to invite your children to explore and stay on task until they get or they solve the problems in their environment, basically, such that they become problem solvers and they become resilient people even as they grow into preteens and teenagers. Anyway, this is how the Albert Einsteins, the Thomas Edisons, the Thomas, was it Henry Ford, all of these people who did amazing things, who changed the world, whose inventions and innovations we are still enjoying even in the 21st century. This is how these people were raised, basically. If you go back and you read about them, you will find that they had highly stimulating environments. Back in the day, most of them had parents who had their workshops in the garage. They had parents who had their labs, their laboratories in the garage. They had parents who introduced them and exposed them to places where they could explore their interests. And they allowed them to explore. They allowed them to be curious. They allowed them to dare. And they allowed them to build confidence in this area. And while they were building confidence, these people became people with huge self-esteem, such that even when they tried and they failed, they didn't stop. They kept on trying. So that's why you will hear that someone, had to go 100 attempts, or go how many attempts before, thousands sometimes of attempts before they got the breakthrough that they were looking for. It only takes confidence and a huge self-esteem and an understanding of your vision and where you are going to, for you to stay in that way, to solve problems that way, and to be resilient in that manner. Okay, so we can still create the Albert Einsteins of today because they still live amongst us. We can still be the Thomas Edisons of this day because they still live with us. Isn't it the same generation, okay, that has created the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Elon Musks, that are creating even people who are inventing right now and are waiting for the world to hear of them? That could be your child also. All right. Yes. So finally, you want to raise a child that is independent. Yes. You want to raise a child that is independent. A child who has the I can do it spirit. The child who does not make excuses for every time that they fail. The child who is willing to try. The child who can navigate, the small things or the small community. The child that can navigate in the small or wherever it is that they are right now. So you want to raise a 1-year-old that can navigate their terrain at 1 and be confident at an optimal level at 1. You want to raise a 5-year-old that at the level of a 5-year-old is independent to navigate and to solve problems on their own at 5. So you want to raise a 5-year-old that can actually get the food, eat the food, take it to the kitchen, wash the plate, know where to put it, and all of that. Confident and independent at that level. Okay, yes, your 5-year-old may not be able to turn semo for you and cook lasagna for you, but hey, your 5-year-old at least knows how to wash the plates do the dishes after he's eating a good meal of lasagna or after he's eating that semo. Do you understand? So yes, there is age appropriate independence, but at every level, know what milestones your child should be able to attain and ensure that they are doing their best in that, during that phase of their lives. This is another reason why you want to be in the course, because in that course we are going to be talking about the milestones that your children should be able to attain. Okay, the milestones that your children should be able to attain. All right, and so that a lot of times parents ask me, what should my child be able to do at this stage or at that stage? There are milestones. Yes, there are milestones that children should be able to attain at different phases of their lives, and there is a way to actually identify when your child is ready for certain things. All right, but it takes understanding the child, how they work, how they learn, how they work, and all of these for you to be able to, identify these things as a parent. And these are some of the things that we are going to be helping you do at that course, where we will be helping you raise toddlers that can thrive. All right, so you want to be a part of that. As I said, it's just $5.99, and you can be a part of that. All right, so more than anything else, you want to make sure that you grab our new books, because these are books that will teach your children how to explore. It's everything that I've talked about here. Okay, books that will help your children become personal, develop themselves and improve themselves personally. Books that will help your children become effective communicators. Even as you have taught them, you've communicated with them, they become effective communicators themselves. Books that will skill your children, and of course help your children put them in that space where they are constantly creating and constantly building. So they are building their resilience, they are building their ability to create things, and of course they are developing in every area of their life, because now your child is confident and your child has a good dose of self-esteem. And this is it. Thank you very much, everyone. If you would like to pre-order the copies of our books, we have the information scrolling on the screen right now. You can take a picture of that. You can take a screenshot of that and make payments. All right. Each of the books is going for 3,500 naira pre-order price. In 3 weeks, pre-order will be over, and then you get to buy each of these books for 4,000. So you'll be buying 4 copies for 16,000. But if you buy now, you can buy the 4 copies for just 14,000. You can actually buy single copies also of the books that you can buy single copies of the books that you any of the books that you want to go with. Okay, so each of them is 3,500. Now if you buy 3 copies and more, 3 or 4 copies, then you get a free copy of our Skill Up journal. Just look at that. It's a whole journal for 365 days that is worth 3,500 naira. But hey, if you order 3 copies of our books or 4, then you get this journal for free, and you can pick up your book in any location. Major city in Nigeria. Basically, we will have a pickup point, at least one pickup point in every location, a major city in the country. And then, of course, if you are in diaspora, you're outside Nigeria, you can actually buy on Amazon, because we will have the books on Amazon somewhere around the 25th of the month. You can get it on Amazon. And yes, you can do that. So yes, your books can get to you easily, so you don't have to be afraid of that. And yes, you can also get your book on Amazon. For all those who pre-ordered the books, yes, you will get your receipts, and we'll be reaching out to you today, and we are set and waiting for you to get your book. We had a Tribers discount the most of last weekend into Friday or Saturday. Okay, yeah. So we had a discount, heavy discounts, 25% discounts with freebies worth over about 30,000. Yes. Okay, during that discount, but it's gone, but we still have one. We still have freebies for you. The journal for one is 3,500 naira, and then we have the discounts still, pre-order discounts that of course is about 2,000 naira, a whole 2,000 naira right there. So this 2 alone is 5,500 already. We have guides that are worth 5,000 each, and you'll be getting some of those. So we have so much, for you, just to make sure that you are equipped to raise children who are confident and who will develop a rich self-esteem, okay, so that they can thrive in every area of their lives. Thank you for joining me, Anna, Nana, Chidima, Richard, Udo, Nafisa, everyone who made it here. If you're catching a replay, let us know if you got value from this session. And yes, if you're on Facebook, you will see the detail for the course, and yes, for the books, in the comment section after this session. So you can go ahead and click and be a part of this. You can also catch the replay of this, by using the link in the group. Okay, and thank you very much for being here. We do not take it for granted. Have a fantastic rest of the day and week. Bye.